ஹாய் ஹாய் ஹலோ மக்களே கைஸ். பொக்காயா சக்கா கைஸ். எப்படியோ அடிச்சு பிடிச்சி டிவிஷன் 2 போயாச்சு. கைஸ் பார்க்குறவங்களாம் லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க நண்பர்களே. நேற்று வாழ்க்கையில் தோல்வியே கிடையாது. இனிமேட்டு அடிச்சா அடி இடிச்சா அடின்ற இடின்னு மட்டும்தான். வாழ்க்கையில் தோல்வியே கிடையாது நண்பர்களே. ஸ்டார்டர் கிடையாது. உடம்பு வேற லைட்டாக சரியில்லை நண்பர்களே. இவன் எப்போதுமே ஆன்லைன்ல இருக்கான் இந்த பையன். எப்போ யூடியூப் திறந்தாலும் முரட்டாளா இருப்பானோ. கைஸ் பார்க்குறவங்களாம் லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க கைஸ். புதுசாக பார்க்குற நம்ம சேனலுக்கு சப்ஸ்கிரைப் எடுத்துக்கோங்க. டிஸ்கார்ட் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணேன். டிஸ்கார்டில் ஜாயின் பண்ணி டிஸ்கார்ட் டவுன்லோடு டிஸ்கார்ட் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணேன் நண்பர்களே. இதை போட்டுருவோம். என்ன சொல்றீங்க கைஸ்? புதுசாக பார்க்குறீங்கன்னா நம்ம சேனலுக்கு லைக் போடுங்க. நம்ம பார்சலோனா இது பண்ணுங்க. எம்மாடி. டிஸ்கார்ட் லிங்க் பொட்டி. புது ரெஜிஸ்டர் போட்டுருவோம்.
Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We have already started here. Oh, good read. He read that really well and stopped it. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Messi. That's a good ball played into space. Tchouaméni wins the duel this time.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner down there, Peter, we can't ignore Gabriel Batistuta, or Batigol, as he's become known.
Nobody would ignore him.
He has all the attributes, Peter, and the list is too long for me to mention them now. I'll settle on lethal.
Irwin gets across to intercept that. Trippier.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, important interception. Pretty cagey earlier. McTominay! What a hit! What a hit! A rocket and some! About as smooth as it gets! Barcelona are in front! You just know there is no stopping that.
That is just the top drawer finish. He was always in control and couldn't have placed it any better.
So, a breakthrough already. Chiesa. That's tidy. De Jong. Passes short and sharp. Chiesa going face to face with a great rival. There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. And here's Chiesa. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. There's a big running show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Nakata. He's onside. Oh, that's nice. Trippier deals with that comfortably. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. It's out for a goal kick.
போட்டாலும் ஒரு 1000
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Great defending, strong and determined. Trippier. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Oh, that was expansive and incisive, the type of move to please any coach.
Yo, inferior
Better control, and he would have had a selection of options.
Costa Curta. Iniesta. Pedri. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a full... Batistuta! Iniesta. Nakata. Oh, there's a probing ball. Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Irwin. And he's got his range wrong there. Caicedo. And it's Nakata. And it's Nakata. Engages and forces him off the ball. Bayer is there and he can get that clear. Out for a throw. Irwin cuts out the pass. Pedri.
The Netherlands certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Koundé. Iniesta. Chouameni. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Modric. McTominay. It's Pedri. Batistuta. Modric. Chouameni.
Yo.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. De Jong. McTominay has a shot! Oh my word, that is quite something! A finish of true class! 2 up now, and they are cruising.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit...
அடிக்கவே விட மாட்றானுங்க.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contract...
And we hit half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
And the second half gets underway.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
And it's Batistuta. Now it's Pedri. He's away. Pedri was ultimately thwarted.
ஏய்
there,
ப்ளீஸ்
but
ஐயோ
to stop it.
கடுப்பா வருதுடா.
Confidence we can admire, the decision making we can't. He'll learn from it.
Now it's Haaland. Chouameni. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Yeah.
McTominay. Well read, nice interception. Nakata. Modric. No luck with that dink over the top. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
The movement was good,
Ah,
but
bro.
the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Barcelona have got it back and they'll have another go. Nice control. It's Salah! And he nearly went all the way.
Mohamed Salah really has just learned the lesson there. Your focus cannot lapse, even slightly.
Caicedo. Modric. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Colwell. Driving forward.
நான் ஓடவே மாட்றான்.
That's a shade optimistic. Irwin. Kunde calmly anticipates. And it's Nakata. Now that's well seen too.
அடா எங்க இருந்தாலும் அவனே இருந்தா எப்படிடா என் ஆளுக்கு நான் பாஸ் போறேன்.
McTominay goes steaming forward. Salah. Irwin. Caicedo kept his eye on it, and he's there. And he's only too happy to take that back.
அவ்வளவுதான் ஒரு புண்டையும் பண்ண முடியல. பாலு புண்டை வாங்கணும் ஒண்ணு வாங்கப்பா.
De Jong. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Pedri. And it's Modric. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Batistuta. McTominay.
நீ என்னடா தடுக்கவே மாட்டான்.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Nakata. Haaland. Caicedo. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Half an hour gone in the second half. Modric. Well, that is one way to stop him. And it's Salah. Oh, that's a fine interception. McTominay. McTominay!
ஓ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மேட்சே இந்த மாதிரி இருந்தா.
McTominay should really have closed the game out then, and this could come back to haunt him.
Irwin plays it short. He's cut it out. And now a sudden chance to counter. Time and again they are.
நானும் போட்டு எப்படியாச்சும் போகணும்னு பார்க்குறேன். ஆனால்
McTominay.
என்ன பண்ணாலும் போக முடியும்.
Shapes to shoot. And that would have been game, set and match. Corner number 2 then.
மேட்ச் பண்ணே வா.
The Netherlands have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Nakata. Promptly onto that, and that is that.
ஏய் என்னடா பண்றீங்க எல்லாம் ஏன்டா அங்கடிங்க.
Pedri.
அவ்வளோதான்.
Oh,
ஒன்றுமே
what
பண்ணல. ஆனால் வந்து இப்படி தான்
they
ஆகுது. எனக்கு தெரியாம இருந்தது.
and surely that settles it.
எதுவுமே பண்ண முடியல.
Simple as you like. The outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, and all engineered, Peter, by some smart running and movement. That's already...
And that's that.
கைஸ்
Well,
பார்க்குறவங்க
that
வந்து
was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that
இந்த முதல் மேட்ச் தோத்துனா அவ்வளோதான் உங்களுக்கு. இந்த தானாவே பின்னாடி போயிடுறாங்க. ஜாய்ஸ்டிக்கை வச்சுக்கிட்டு நான் என்ன பண்றது? ஐயோ தம்ப்நெயிலே மாத்தாம வச்சிருக்கேன். கைஸ் பார்க்குறவங்க லைக்கை போட்டு பாருங்க. இருங்க தம்ப்நெயிலை மாத்தியார். தம்ப்நெயிலே மாத்தாம லைக் ஆமாட்டி.
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. And as you can see, we've already started here.
Well, that kind of touch usually leads to a mouthful from several angles.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Messi. Haaland in with a header! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
இந்த ஓபிஎஸ் வேற.
Pirlo engages and forces him off the ball. Haaland. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costa Curta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite from the 1990s.
Yeah, but ability-wise, I think he was on a par with the rest of them, and his tactical versatility means the centre-back, full-back,
sweeper, defensive midfield player.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget his outstanding vision and confidence on the ball, being almost as important as what he did at the back.
Maldini. And it's Messi. Neither side yet able to find the net. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Milan do have a chance to counter here. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Pull it. Chouameni. Koundé.
பாரு ஸ்டாப் பண்ணு குளிக்கு எங்க இருந்து அடிக்குறான் பாரு ப்ரோ மனசாட்சி புரியலடா
Didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner.
கைஸ் பாக்குறவங்க லைக் போட்டு பாருங்க நண்பர்களே.
Pirlo plays it short. Ball swung. Oh, smashing header. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, it certainly could have and should have made more of that.
Oh, that's well spotted. Ribéry. Nakata. Now he's off and running.
There they go, hunting again.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Now that's well seen too. Maldini.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Messi. Great defending, strong and determined. Messi has been caught there, it's a foul. Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
அவ சொல்றா என்ன மாப்ள என்ன இது பாத்துட்டியா ஏதோ வாங்கணும் நீ பாத்து அதுக்கு தான் நேத்து கால் பண்ண
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's set themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by.
ஆடியோ மட்டும் தானா
Big one over the top.
புரியல
Those that are up top, Peter.
And pull it.
ஐயா அது ரொம்ப ஹீட் ஆகும் மச்சான் அதுதான் சொன்னேன்
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
ஆடியோக்கு மைக் தான் மச்சான் மைக் இருக்கா இல்லையா உன்கிட்ட அது மாதிரி இல்லை சும்மா சின்ன மைக்கா கூட வாங்கிக்க அப்போதைக்கு ஹெட்செட் இருக்கு அதுல மைக் ஒர்க் ஆகுனா பிரச்சனை இல்லை மச்சான் ஆமா இல்ல நாரு உனக்கு என்ன பூம் ஹெட்செட் மாதிரி வச்சிருக்கியா நார்மல் ஹெட்செட் அதுவா அது ஒர்க் ஆகும் என்னன்னு தெரியல
That is a really good chance miss, Peter. Certainly the way he's been
மைக் மட்டும் தான் பஞ்சாயத்தா இருக்கா லைவ் பார்த்தேன்
Milan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
அதான் நீ பேச அதான் நான் சொன்னேன் பேசிட்டே நிறைய பேர்
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Rummenigge. And here's Hullet. That's just playing it safe and simple.
வாங்கி செட் ஆனா புரியல ஆடியோ எப்படி மாப்ள கேட்காம இருக்கும் கேக்குண்டா தப்பி இது வச்சிருக்கே லேப் வச்சிருக்கே அப்புறம் என்ன எனக்கு டிவி எங்க மாப்ள வரானுங்க இன்னைக்கு நான் உடம்பு சரியில்லை மாப்ள இன்னைக்கு எனக்கு ஆமா உடம்பு செம்ம ஃபீவர் வந்துச்சு அப்புறம் அப்படியே சரி அங்கே ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் தானே பார்க்கலாம் அப்படியே போயிட்டு வந்துட்டேன் வாங்க வாங்கினா தான் கேப்சர் கார்டு வாங்கினா அதுல இருந்து நான் கேட்பேன் இந்த மாதிரி தான் நான் கட்டி வச்சிருக்கேன் அப்படி அவன் எப்படி பண்றான்னு தெரியலையே மச்சான் நமக்கு நான் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சது நான் ஆமா அவன் பேசுறது என்ன பண்ணியே நீ பேசுறது
the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever
புரியல.
they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to take it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
And it's Iniesta.
நானே தெரியல எனக்கு.
Claimed it back swiftly. Modric. Chouameni.
நான் தெரியல மச்சான் அது.
Half-time whistle goes. Steady, solid, and for now,
நான்
where
பாத்து
they want to
சொல்றேன்.
be.
இது
Just one
நான் செட்
goal,
பண்ண மாதிரி தான்
they have
சொன்னேன்.
it.
எனக்கு எப்படின்னு தெரியல. அதுக்காக தான் நான்
Both
டைப்
sides,
பண்ணேன்.
but at half-time, it is 1-0.
ஏன் பிசி லேப் இருந்தா நமக்கு தேவையா?
It's been fairly flat, and the supports have had
யா
little
நீ ஓபிஎஸ் கூட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கனெக்ட் பண்ணுங்க. கனெக்ட் பண்றதுக்கே அந்த கேப்சர் கார்டு வேணும்.
and the
அப்பதான்
answers need to be
கனெக்ட்
found
பண்ணி.
in a hurry.
ம் 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 போட்டாலும் இப்போ வரலையா? அதுதான் சொன்னேன். அதுதான் சொல்றேன். அப்ப நீங்க கேப்சர் கார்டு இருந்தா தானே நீ அதுலேருந்து கனெக்ட் பண்ணி இதுலேருந்து அதை கனெக்ட் பண்ணி உள்ள கொண்டு வர முடியும். ஆமா ஆர்டர் போட்டுறாரு. போட்டு தான் அவனுக்கு வழி தான். சரிங்க போ. சரிங்க.
Here we go again then.
The Netherlands can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And here's Messi.
எல்லாம் ஒரு கோல போட்டான்.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That's a good ball played into space. No, again there's no way through. He's shifting through the gears here. Iniesta.
Milan have
Oh.
turned a human blockade. This is top defence.
Played long and they could be in here. He's had it taken off him. Rummenigge. Iniesta. Well, that pass isn't the best.
எல்லாத்தையும் அவன் இருக்கான்.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Chouameni. The Netherlands still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Now it's Modric. Nakata. Haaland. Ruben Dias defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Nice interception, well timed. Costa Curta.
The attendance for this match was 71,000.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Rummenigge. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
ஒரு கோல தேவ போட்டாங்க ப்ரோ. guys பாக்குறவங்க லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க guys. நம்ம சேனலுக்கு லைக் தட்டி விட்டு பாருங்க. ஜெயிக்கலான்ட்டு பார்த்தா எப்படி போட்டாலும் பொழக்கிறானுங்க.
Substitution for Netherlands. Number 15.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Number 19.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt
Coming
with.
on the field. Number 13. De Bruyne.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Pedri. Substitutions taking place.
Nakata. Now it's Bale. Mateus. Mateus tries making a foray down the right. The Netherlands do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
bro.
And here's Bale.
That's positional gold. The utilisation of...
And the shot! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
Caicedo. Pedri. And it's Nakata. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there.
நான் இறங்க மட்டும் தான்டா கப்பையெல்லாம் போகுது.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Nakata. Milan disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Bellingham. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
The game was full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed it.
And a header! And the ball is out of play. Bellingham. Bellingham! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well,
Hello?
he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
Milan get their fourth corner. Pirlo goes short. Oh, it's Pirlo. Tchouaméni deals with that comfortably.
சூப்பர் வால்ரா.
Raul. Milan are looking to break at pace.
அட போடா
Take down the
வேற.
run. He's got tall.
இது
Oh,
காத்தியது.
should have put that away.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
டிவிஷன் 2 போயும் ஏய் ஏன்டா பின்னாடி
As far as they're going to go. That's beautifully weighted. That's a shade optimistic.
ஒரு
There's a real
கோல் கூட அங்க
appetite
போல
from them to finally
Idea
put
na
this
pola.
game to bed, but will they?
எல்லா பாலுமே அவன் காலுக்கு மட்டுமே தான் போகுது.
Caicedo does really well to win the ball there. Just 5 minutes left. And it's Bale. Bellingham. Oh, good take in a good area.
Milan certainly don't need to overcommit now. Their priority lies further back.
Raul wins the duel. Bellingham! Goal! And surely now the result's beyond doubt. Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
I just think that's a good example of how you take advantage of a lapse in concentration. He was on the prowl, hungry, looking for any scraps that came his way, and he certainly gobbled up the chance, took it really well.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, then
He's had a shot! Yes! And the lead is 3! It is surely done!
well, a 1-2 is he.
And time is up. The Netherlands have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one outcome.
என்ன பண்ணாலும்
So, Jim, how do you reflect on what...
இருக்குடா அடிச்சுக்கிட்டு என்னடா எவனுமே ஃபார்வர்டு அழுத்தவே மாட்டான். எனக்கும் நானும் பாக்குறேன் முன்னாடியே போக மாட்டான். எல்லாம் பின்னாடியே தான் பாட்டுக்கு ஏன் அன்இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணிட்டு போயிட்டு இருப்பான் போது. சரி Okay, all good. Guys, பார்க்குறவங்களாம் லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க guys. ப்ரோ சாப்பிட்டாச்சா? என்ன கதை? சார் சொல்லிட்டு ஆயா டோரெல்லாம் இருக்காங்க.
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place
Oh,
in
only
the
that.
minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Rafinha. He's a sharp little ball here. Cucurella, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And it's Fernando Torres. Can he get onto this? Caught offside that time. That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Modric, Nakata, Haaland! They want to be quick to recover this. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I think it would be impossible to overlook this fella, Lamine Yamal. Obviously, he's often deployed as...
Terrific header! He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
And he's in on Yamal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Quarter of an hour played. Out towards the flank. Abiati deals with it effortlessly. Iniesta. He can run onto that. Van Bouten spots it and intercepts. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. That has been cut short. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Messi. Now that's well seen too.
பாஸ் போறால அவடா போன புண்டையா.
He's offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
And here's Yamal. Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Rafinha. Nice bit of trickery. Solid defending, refused to be out-muscled. Caicedo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Rafinha, and he lines up a cross. Goalkeeper's ball. Caicedo. And it's Nakata. Floats it up and over.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well read, and the danger is averted. He can get that clear. Haaland, and that's not going to reach. Dixon. Great run on the overlap here. Yamal. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Some really good ball movement. Yamal showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Messi. Now it's Iniesta.
Holy.
Yamal. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Played into space out wide. Nakata.
The Netherlands have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Nicely aimed pass.
Yo.
Iniesta. Now it's Iniesta. And here's Torres. And the referee brings the first half to a
வாங்க
close.
bro.
Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good. But
Welcome,
neither
welcome,
have been able to
welcome.
penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. The Netherlands head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight, cagey game. Neither team any further forward than they were when they started out. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Messi.
Yo.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Bro, எப்படி bro? அது கரெக்ட்டா வந்தறான்.
Oh, that's fabulous. Modric. And it's Nakata. Kuwait.
Yo.
Watertight in midfield.
Wow.
The trickle is getting through.
Good effort from distance. He's done very well to get to that.
Yaya Toure actually didn't do an awful lot.
பாஸ் தான் ப்ரோ எனக்கு ஒழுங்கு புண்டையா போட பாஸ் ஒழுங்கா போட்டாலே பாதி மேட்ச் ஏய்
And
Arra.
now they can spring out of defence.
பாஸ் மட்டும் ஒழுங்கா போட்டா போதும் ப்ரோ
Rummenigge. That is a brilliant interception. Well, if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Nakata. And it's Iniesta. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Aims beyond the defence.
சூப்பர் சும்மா வரான் அழகா ஈஸியா பால் போறான் நான் தான் டிஃபென்ஸுக்கு விட்டுட்டேன்
Well, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. That is good pressure, just hounded him off. Rummenigge! And the ball's come loose here. Rafinha! Iniesta. Tchouaméni gets over and intercepts. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well.
சூப்பர் அடே அவன்ட்டே பால ஏன்டா அவன்ட்டே
Fernando Torres. Rummenigge. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
சோ
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
முடியல
Passing is crisp and sharp. Has a go! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground.
ஏன் அன்இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணிட்டு வேற வேலை பார்க்க வேண்டியதான்
Costa Curta. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. He is starved of space
பக்கத்திலே
and time.
இருக்கிறான் bro. பக்கத்திலே
Cucurella. Fernando Torres. Torres stood his ground strongly. He's had a shot!
மிஸ்டா
Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
நமக்கு மட்டும் ஏன் ப்ரோ இப்படி நடக்குது பக்கத்திலே இருக்கான் இப்ப பாரு இவனாச்சும் விட்டேன் பக்கத்திலே இருந்து தொலையா ஒண்ணுமே ஒண்ணு முடிய மாட்டேங்குது நானே இப்படியே தடுத்துக்கிட்டு உள்ள ஓடிடலான்னு
Again.
Substitution in progress.
He gets big. That's another chance. And he hits the net. Finally, the deadlock is broken.
What
Now
a
we're from day
time
one.
to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
So the first goal of the game.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again. Kuwait surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And they've got rid.
அங்கே பால் போடுறான்
He won't be happy with that one. De Bruyne.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And he's picked out the run. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
The Netherlands are looking desperate here.
Super,
Short
super,
on
super,
time. Yamal! Decent enough try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Always
அவ்வளோதான்.
does
ஒரு
this.
சிம்பிளாக ஒரு பாஸ் ப்ரோ ஆட முடியாது.
Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
De Bruyne. Some resolute defending there. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Has been indicated.
Messi. Back in possession and ready to go again. Little doubt, that is a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. And here's De Bruyne. That'll be a throw-in.
சூப்பர்ரா.
The final seconds now. Pass is coming off in real chance. And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Quite a game, and one that was always on an...
அவ்வளோதான். உங்களுக்கு ஸ்டோரி முடிஞ்சு, அனைத்தும் முடிஞ்சு. நெக்ஸ்ட் பார்க்குறோம் நாளைக்கு. ரிங் லைட்டு போடுங்க. ரிங் லைட் போட்டு தான் ப்ரோ இருக்கு. அது கொஞ்சம் பிரைட்னஸ் கம்மியாக வச்சிருக்கேன். கொஞ்சம் உடம்பு சரியில்லையா அன்னைக்கு, காய்ச்சல் எனக்கு. அதனால தான் ரிங் லைட்டை கொஞ்சம் லைட்டாக கம்மி பண்ணி. இந்த லைட்டு ஓவரா இதாக இருக்கு ப்ரோ. இந்த லைட்டு வேற சம்மந்தமே தான். இதுதான் நல்லா இருக்கு. இந்த லைட் நல்லா இருக்கு. இந்த லைட் ப்ரோ. ஸ்டோரி கேம் பண்ண வேண்டியதான் ப்ரோ. பார்ப்பேன் அப்படின்னா ஸ்டோரி கேம் பண்ண வேண்டியதான். வேலை முடிஞ்சு இனிமேட்டு கசகசன்ட்டுலாம் இருந்தா வேலைக்கு வந்து உப்பாலேயே நம்பிக்கிட்டு இருந்தோம்னு சொல்லுவோம். என்ன கதை இது, ஓடவும் மாட்டான், ஒடியாரவும் மாட்டான். இது படவும் பார்க்கலாம்.
So the wait is over. We can
The
finally
trigger on a joystick
welcome
வச்சுக்கிட்டு
to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game.
வெறும்
Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place.
நானும் போட்டு அடிக்கிறேன் ப்ரோ. எதனாவது பண்ணி கோல் அடிச்சிடறானு.
About these scenes here, the followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring
formation
that
தான்
yet again this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. He has found the way through, and here's Modric, Messi, now the finish! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. The Netherlands with their first corner, the first in the game for either side. There's the header! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And it's Iniesta. Messi reaching his double century today, well on his way to becoming a part of the furniture in this part of the footballing world. And he'll shoot here.
ஏய் இப்படி ஓடாம இப்படி கோல்லாம் போட்டு வர்றான் பார்த்தீங்களா?
Looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Haaland. Cruyff. Messi. And that's put paid to a promising move. And it's Modric. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Modric unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Julie getting this one clear. That's a little off target. Nakata. Oh, that's fabulous. Swung in towards the middle. Owen, well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Messi. Oh, no joy this time.
ஏய் ஒக்கால ஒரு வேகமா போறா பால் புதி ஆடம் லவடைய பால்
Goalkeeper's ball.
அப்படியா ஓகே வாங்க ப்ரோ
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
Messi flagged offside.
அல்டிமேட் ப்ரோ நிறைய பேர் பண்றாங்க ப்ரோ அபிஷேக் மோட் ஏன் முக்காசி என்ன இதுவா 24 பண்றாங்க அதோட இது நல்லா இருக்கும் ப்ரோ
Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Nakata. Iniesta. Done delicately. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
It looked as though that might lead to
Hey.
something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Not the most accurate pass. Adams kept his eye on it, and he's there.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. Really has the confidence
நான் அப்படிதான்
to
பேசுறேன்,
hold
கண்டுக்காதீங்க.
the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Julie, that's headed upfield, and here's Neymar. Modric. Here's Haaland.
Well, it's
சூப்பர்
a
பால்
move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's got away.
சீரியஸ்லி டா
Oh, what has happened here? Shade too heavy. Keeper can pick that up. And he's picked
Come on,
up the
buddy.
run. Lovely ball and a shooting
Cha.
chance.
ஓகே ப்ரோ நான் இப்பதான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் பார்க்குறேன் இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்ட்ரீம்
Well,
Oh,
we
what
could be a
place
little
is
critical
நல்லா
of that
இருக்குன்னு
defense then, but the
ஆமா
timing
ப்ரோ
was pretty
ஃபிஃபாவோட
much
இது நல்லா
perfect.
FIFA 24ஓட
Barcelona
graphics
have
அதிகமா இருக்கும் அந்த
penetrated for
graphics
the first time.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter.
அந்த கிராஃபிக்ஸ் நல்லா இருக்கும் பட் ஆனா ஈ ஃபுட்பால் அளவுக்கு
As
இருக்காது
soon as possible.
Nakata.
ஏண்டா நான் காட்டா பாஸ் பண்ண மாட்டேன்
And it's Cruyff. And that
Hey,
interception
Wakala.
was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that has put paid to that. Now it's Messi. Costa Curta does really well to win the ball there. Nakata.
அங்க பாரு நான்
So
நான் ட்ரிபிள் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் அவன் வந்து வாளை எடுத்துட்டான் பக்கத்துல இருந்து அழகா
and the half-time whistle goes.
நம்ம
Steady,
ஸ்மார்ட்
solid.
அசிஸ்ட் ஆன் பண்ணா தான் வேலைக்கு ஆகும் போல
Where they
இருக்கு.
want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides. But at
Vincent
half
Punda.
time, it is 1-0.
வின்சென்ட் புண்டார்.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk
நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரியாது ப்ரோ
makes
ஃபுட்பால்
it a
பத்தி.
very
நிறைய பேர்
different side
பார்க்கவும்
second
மாட்டாங்க.
half, we need to.
ரொம்ப கம்மியான பேர் தான் பார்க்குறாங்க ஃபுட்பால். நம்ம இதில் ஃபுட்பால் ஃபேமஸ் கிடையாது ப்ரோ. நம்ம இதில் எப்போதுமே கிரிக்கெட் தான் ஃபேமஸ். ஸோ நிறையா பேர் கிரிக்கெட் தான் பார்ப்பாங்க. ஃபுட்பால் மக்கள் ரொம்ப கம்மி. அடுத்த மேட்ச் போயிட்டு இது பண்ண வேண்டியதான்.
And the second half gets underway.
The Netherlands really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And here's Haaland. Modric. Oh, it's a sweet ball, that. Oh, that's a fine interception. And he can clear it away. And it's Iniesta. And there's green grass ahead of him. Adams is there, and he can get that clear. Could move up a gear here. He's in a good, great hit! Chance for the header! He will be livid with himself. That is good alertness. Modric. It's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Oh, good ball. Modric. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement.
Hey bro, thank
Came
you.
up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Neymar. Now it's Nakata.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Iniesta. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Modric providing an outlet on that flank.
ஏய் ஓ
And he gets it
கடவுள்.
in a hurry. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And the finish. Just not quite happening for him just now.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
Now it's Messi.
சிக்கல்னா கூட ப்ரோ.
Ball has bounced loose now. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Haaland showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
ஐயோ.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Messi. No luck with that dink over the top. Could be danger here. Shapes to shoot. It's a goal.
ஓ சோ.
Do not write them off. Back they come.
நண்பர்களே இது வழியா கோல்
That
போட்டாச்சு.
looks like a preconceived plan.
அடுத்த மேட்ச் போயிட்டு
And
நம்ம
then
வந்து
finish.
ஃபார்மேஷனை மாற்ற போகிறோம். இந்த ஃபார்மேஷன் வேண்டாம் சுத்தடிச்சுவானுங்க வைஸ். அதனால் அடுத்த மேட்ச் போயிட்டு ஃபார்மேஷன் மாற்றிட்டு பொசிஷன் கேமிங் நல்ல ஃபார்மேஷன் என்னன்னு சொல்லுங்க பார்ப்போம். சொல்லுங்க நண்பர்களை சொல்லுங்க. 2 பேர் பார்க்குறீங்க. யாரும் அதெல்லாம் 100 பேர் பார்க்குறாங்கடா பைஸ். நம்ம இதெல்லாம் மட்டும் தானே 2 பேர் பார்க்குறீங்க. பார்க்குறவங்களாம் சேனலுக்கு ஒரு சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிவிட்டு பாருங்க. டிவிஷன் 1 போகலான்ட்டு பார்த்தா கும்மாவில் Hey,
For
what time?
changes on both sides, actually. The Netherlands grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
De Bruyne is fouled. Bruno Fernandes. Big header.
அவ்வளோதான் கோலி முடிஞ்சு வெளில போ.
They've done it. It was coming. They have their reward. What a great header. Got plenty on that.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
The Netherlands get themselves into the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Marquinhos promptly onto that, and that is that. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's a shot at goal!
ஐயோ
And the lead lost
Opa.
time at all.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character. Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
This is quite a battle.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited.
ஏய் ஒரு இடத்துலயே போயிடறான் பையன்.
Go one better, possibly.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
What a delightful ball.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Pedri. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Fernando Torres.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Haaland. And it's Messi. Pedri. And here's Vinicius Junior. And
டிஃபென்ஸ்
time
ஒன்
is
பார் ஆன்
up.
டிஃபென்ஸ் ஒன்று தூத்தாடி சொல்கிறான்.
A draw and
ஏய் ஓகே ஓகே நம்ம போயிட்டு
predictable one. Fair share.
வாங்க 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 நம்ம போய் இது பண்ணுவோம்.
Highly entertaining until the very end. Haaland claiming the man of the match award, and there is very little room for argument.
பொசிஷன் கேமிங்க்கு
Congratulations on what you've seen, Jim.
Listen,
ஒரு
this
ஃபார்மேஷன்
game,
வைக்க
the draw was
போகிறோம்.
always likely to be on the card, so overall I
ஒரு
don't think
புண்டையும் பண்ண
we
முடியல.
can complain too much about
மாசம்
what
மாசம்
they've done.
மாத்திருக்கோம்.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
இது மட்டும் வாங்கிட்டு வாடா. ஜாம் ஏன் ஏய் ஜாம் கேட்டேன்டா காய்ச்சல் ராக்குன்னு பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் ஈவெண்ட் ஆடுவோம் இருங்க ஒரே நிமிஷம் இருங்க ஒரு நிமிஷம் பார்த்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஃபார்மேஷன் வச்சாரு வாங்கிட்டு வா ஜாம் மட்டும் வாங்கிட்டு வா இதுங்க நண்பர்களே ஹாய் ப்ரோ வாங்க 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 வெல்கம் ப்ரோ ஒரு கிரியேட்டிவ் 2 கோல் போச்சுரு ஒரு என்ன பண்ணாலும் ஜெயிக்கவே முடிய மாட்டேன்றது நம்ம வந்து அடுத்த கட்ட நடவடிக்கை ஏஎம்எஃப்க்கு யாரை போடுறோம் நம்ம மெஸ்ஸி போடுவோமா அக்காடா ரைட் தானே. கேமர் ஆர்டிஎஃப் ப்ரோ ட்ரிக்கு செம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மினிட்ல. என்னடா சொல்றீங்க? பாய்ஸ் எனக்கு சொல்லுங்கடா. அந்த ட்ரிக்கெல்லாம் சொல்லி விளாண்டுட்டு இருக்கீங்க. ஒரு மேட்ச் போயிட்டு வரும். புரிய மிஸ்டேக் பண்ணுறேன். ஏன் கவுண்டர் டார்கெட் என்ன ப்ரோ? டார்கெட் யாரு? டிஃபென்சிவ் அஃபென்சிவ் என்ன இருக்கு? அட்டாக் ஒரு பிரெட் மட்டும் கொடு. வாடா சஞ்சய், வாடா வாடா வாடா. சொல்லு சார். ஆமா ஆமா ஆமா. பார்த்து போ பார்த்து பார்த்து போ. பார்த்து அவங்க ஏதோ சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, அது மாதிரி பண்ணுவோம். அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணி ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம். ட்ரை பண்ணி எதுவும் வேலை புண்டை ஆகலன்னா அவ்வளோதான், வாழ்க்கையை பார்த்துட்டு போக வேண்டியதான். முதல்ல என்னோட பேர் ஏர்டெல் ஒய்ஃபை கட் பண்ணும் ப்ரோ. நைட்டு ட்ரை பண்ணு ப்ரோ, ஒர்க் ஆகும். நைட்டு தானே இது கேஸ்? என்ன கேஸ்? இப்போ ட்ரை பண்ணுவோமா? சொல்லுங்க சொல்லுங்க சொல்லுங்க. இப்போ ட்ரை பண்ணுவோமா சொல்லுங்க. என்ன எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஆங்கர்மேன் வைக்கிறதுக்கு நம்ம வந்து வேற யாராச்சும் சிஎம்எஃப் வச்சுட்டு போயிடலாம். என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அதுதான் எனக்கு. ஏன்னா சிஎம்எஃப் கூட பேக் லைன்ல இருந்து ஆடுறாங்க. ஆங்கர்மேன் லவடிக்கே பால் தோச்சுமேனி தேவடியா பையன் வந்து என்ன புண்டைக்கு எனக்கு வந்து நடுவில் வரானே தெரில ப்ரோ. கேமர் ஆர்டிஎஃப் ப்ரோ, கேமர் ஆர்டிஎஃப் போட்டு ட்ராக் அது ஒரு குழப்பமா இருக்கு. என்னத்துக்கு வந்து ஆங்கர் மேனுக்கும் அவருக்கு ஆங்கர் மேனே பின்னாடி நாடுறது. ஆனா ஆங்கர் மேனு முன்னாடி வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கான். டோச்சுமேனியே தூக்கி போட்டுட்டு நான் வேற ஏதாச்சும் வைக்க போறேன். ரோட்ரி கீது ஏதாச்சும் வச்சுட்டு போயிடும். டோச்சுமேனி வச்சு எனக்கு பிரயோஜனமே இல்லாம இருக்கு. டீமை விடு ப்ரோ, டீமை விடு விடு ப்ரோ. டோச்சுமேனி டீமை விடு ப்ரோ, எடு ப்ரோ. புரியல. போடு ஒக்கால ஓடின்ட்டு வந்திருக்காங்க நமக்கு. ரைஸ் மொட்டைக்கையா வந்திருக்கானுங்க பாருங்க. டிஎம்எஃப் பெக்காம் பாரு, பிர்லோலாம் செம்ம கவலை. டேவிட் பெக்காமு, ராபர்ட் டேனா, ராபர்ட் டேனா, ரூமனிகா, லயனல் மெஸ்ஸி. ஆங்கர் மேனா டீப்லைன் போடலாம் டிஎம்எஃப். ஆங்கர் மேனா இந்த ஒரே ஒரு மேட்ச் விளாண்டுட்டு அடுத்த ஆங்கர் மேனா டிஎம். இந்த மேட்ச்ல எப்படி வந்து ஸ்குவாட் வந்து ஸ்பிளிட் ஆகாம இருக்கலாம் பார்ப்போம். ரிமூவ் டோச் மெனி. ஓகே ரிமூவ் என்னத்த பண்ணலாம், வெற்றி போடுவோமா? டோச் மெனியை போட்டு எவனா போட்டுறது? மாட்டுச்ச கூடமா? மில்டா இருக்கா? மில்டா பில்டப் தானே ப்ரோ. நாளைக்கு மேட்ச் இருக்கு கைஸ். நாளைக்கு என்ன மேட்ச் பாப்போமா என்ன சொல்லுங்க.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world.
Interface,
No
yes.
decibel spared in this collective chorus. We have already started here. Eder Militao kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Messi. Messi was alert to the possibility. Had a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
இன்டர் வாய்ப்பு இல்லை.
Clearly thought
பிஎஸ்சி தான் என்னைய பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். நாளைக்கு பிஎஸ்சி தான் ப்ரோ ஜெயிக்கணும். பிஎஸ்சி தான் ப்ரோ பாவமே. இவங்க கூட பரவாயில்ல, இன்டர் கூட எப்படியும் சாம்பியன்ஸ் லீக் வாங்கிடுவாங்க, அதான் பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. பிஎஸ்சி வச்சுக்கிட்டேடா.
That is a brilliant interception. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary. And he's tried one!
Hey, yarra. Correcta.
Oh,
Correcta.
that was a routine save.
டீமோட பாம்பரம் ஜெயிக்கவே இல்லை. ஒரு நான் ஒரு இதுலயாச்சும் அவங்க வந்து ஜெயிக்கடா. இருக்கட்டும், எதுலையுமே ஜெயிக்கலன்னா அப்புறம் எதுக்கு ப்ரோ பாவம் டீமை வச்சு வேஸ்ட். கரண்ட் பிஎஸ்சி கொஞ்சம் முரட்டுத்தனமா தான் இருக்கானு. ஏன்னா மிட்ஃபீல்டு மேட்டர்ல மிட்ஃபீல்டு நல்லா இருக்கானு. 2-3 கைங்க மிட்ஃபீல்டும் சரி விங்கர்ல இருக்கானு. பார்ப்போம் நாளைக்கு பார்க்கலாம் போறோம். ஃபேன் கோடில் கண்டிப்பா இருக்கும் ப்ரோ. ஏன்னா லைவ் வேணா போடுறேன், வரதுன்னா வாங்க.
Bastoni. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Nakata defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Bruno Fernandes. Otto. It's a mighty effort.
Can't be expected to deliver anything.
பாத்தீங்களா பாலா, இதுதான் ப்ரோ கிராஸ். இந்த மாதிரி கிராஸ் தான் முரட்டு கிராஸா இருக்கும். எப்படி போட்டான்ட்டு
Haaland. Bruno Fernandes. And He thumps it clear. Vardy. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Costa Curta. Oh, no joy this time. Now it's Batistuta. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. The Netherlands have had plenty of possession, but few, if any, genuine chances.
ஓடிக்கிட்டே இருக்கீங்க.
Oh, that's a nice ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. Eder Militao. Nakata. Messi. Pedri.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Costa Curta. It's Pedri. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Costa Curta. Forwards and with intent. Great ball if he can get there. Haaland.
ஐயோ.
So at ease on the ball. Pedri. He could be in here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Well read, nice interception. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out.
ஏய் என்னடா முடியல.
Definitely away. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Oh, that's a key interception. Beckenbauer. Nakata. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Batistuta! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Oh, great feat, that.
He's had a shot!
வேற.
Pedri. And the shot. And Batistuta! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, split-second reaction.
Batistuta is offering a wry smile there.
The Netherlands are looking to go forward now.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And the shot! Odo. And that interception
நான் சீரியஸா சொல்றேன்டா. ஆனா
necessary.
சத்தியமா நான் சொல்றேன். ஆனா ஏன் வந்து என் காலுக்கிட்டே கரெக்டா நிக்கிறாங்க? நான் ஒருவேளை எதுவும் பாஸ் தப்பா போடுறேனா என்னன்னே தெரியாம.
The final action of the first half. Well, there it is, half time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate.
And a quick
And so we
reminder
reach the
today,
break,
everybody, to
and the
make
game
sure to put
remains
any litter in
goals.
the bins provided. Thank
An
you for your
intriguing half, lacking
cooperation.
only in goals. The score 0-0. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Donadoni! Oh, the ball's run loose here. So their fourth corner of the game. He's having a go.
ஏதோ கோல் கீப்பர் வந்து
Terrific save from the keeper.
மொத்த
Yeah,
கோல்
he was
கீப்பர்னால
well placed to deal with that.
Rummenigge, Batistuta. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Adams. Oh, good, real chance.
ப்ரோ ஒரே ஒரு பாஸ் ப்ரோ.
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better.
அதுதான் ப்ரோ ஒரே ஒரு பாஸ்
For
ப்ரோ.
the glory, he's just
ஆமா
managed
போட்டு
to
போயிட்டான் ப்ரோ.
on top of the tree.
என்ன ப்ரோ பண்றீங்க?
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
இவ்வளோ பாஸ் பண்ணி எல்லாம்
Turned
பண்ணி
his head, Dieter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Number 4, Gabriel
So we have the first goal.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worth the treat. That's alert and sharp and very
பாருங்க ப்ரோ
well
என்ன
played.
பண்ணாலும்
That is a little undercooked. Now it's Haaland. The Netherlands still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Bruno Fernandes is offering some sort of an apology there.
The movement was good, but
பாரு அப்படியே போயிட்டே இருக்கான் ப்ரோ நிக்கவே மாட்டான் ப்ரோ
the cause of miles.
Donadoni! This time surely they've done it! A two-goal cushion and it's looking safe. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an
நான்
instinctive
திரும்பி ஒரு
finish.
பாத்து ஒரே பாத்து
Probably
ஆரம்பி
didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Arsenal are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell.
ஒரு பால்
for them.
போட்டானா
They're
தூக்கி
starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
We expected better and so did he. And they're not going to make any further
ஏய்
progress.
பால வாங்கிட்டாங்க போ
That's a throw. Hangs one in. That's an excellent interception. Some resolute defending there. Donadoni. Donadoni! In he goes again! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And surely that settles it. Messi at his razor-sharp best there.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
அவ்வளவுதான் லைட்டா தட்டாலும் இப்படிதான்
Look awfully cozy.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
ஆனா அவன்ட்டே கரெக்ட்டா பால் போடு
Pedri. Well, this man's contribution is
இவ்வளவு கும்பல்ல நான் எங்க போய் பால்
proving terrific.
Well, having that sort of
கரெக்ட்டா
player
எனக்கு மூணு பேர் தான் இருக்கானுங்க அவனுக்கு நாலு பேர்
the rest of the team knows he can make his influence count at any stage.
இது வரா நான்
It's a
இப்போ
big
வந்து
part of his package. When he really wants to, this fella scores.
75 minutes played. Oh, and he's through the middle.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Substitution.
எங்க பண்ணுவோம் ஆனா இவன் பொறுமையா வத்த மாட்டேன் கைஸ் பாக்குறவங்களா லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க guys. வீக்கெண்ட் கொண்டு திரும்பி போயிடலாமான்னு பாக்கேன் பாக்குறவங்களா லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க நண்பர்களே நண்பர்கள் என் தம்பி பையன் வந்து இது வச்சு தரணும் ஜாமு போயிட்டான்
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. And already we're underway here. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of real... Tries a shot! He scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Number 6, Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland.
You won. போடு ஜெயிச்சாச்சு. ஜெயிக்க வைக்கிறான் என்ன. சொல்லுங்க. பண்ணி சாப்பிடலாம்னு பார்த்தா முடியாம போகுது. பிரெட்டு நண்பர்களே, பார்க்குறவங்களாம் லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க நண்பர்களே. எப்படியும் ஒரு மேட்ச்சு போட்டு ஜெயிச்சாச்சு. ஜெயிக்க வச்சுட்டாங்க. அதனால கவலை இல்லை. கைஸ் 8 மணிக்கு என் தம்பி லேப்டாப்ல லைவ் வரவா? என்ன சொல்றீங்க? கேமர் ப்ரோ இருக்கியா ப்ரோ? கேமர் ப்ரோ ப்ரோ இது லேப்டாப்ல இருந்து இப்ப லைவ் பண்றோம்ல, நம்ம வந்து எப்படி ஓபிஎஸ் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணுமா? ஓபிஎஸ் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணி எப்படி என்ன பண்ணணும் அது சொல்லு.
Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion. It adds to a massive sense of it. Has a goal! Superb goal!
ஓபிஎஸ் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணா போதுமா?
Earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. David Villa. Julie. And he's picked out the run. Bruno Fernandes. To Messi. Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And through to the goalkeeper. Odo. Vardy chasing after it. Muscular approach does pay off here. Odo. And it's Nakata driving forward. Forwards and with intent. Julie. And here's Batistuta.
பா என்னடா அவன்டே பால் போகுது
He's got a side of goal.
டேய் எப்பறா அவன்டே எல்லா பாலும் போகுது ஐயோ டென்ஷன் குடையாதுடா டேய்
An absolute gem.
ஓபிசி ஓபிஎஸ்ல செட்டப் ஒயிட்டி வீடியோ
Incredible spell.
ஓகே
They
ஓகே
are
ஓகே
flying.
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Nasa are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Picked out brilliantly. Now the finish. He has done it. Right back in the game.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with
Check
bite.
Insta.
They
Check. Bro,
would
Insta
have
delete
been
பண்ணிட்டு வந்துட்டேன் bro.
a bit hard.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, it was important they didn't get ahead of themselves and lose their discipline. This game plan could near well reward them with an equaliser.
That could spell trouble. Face to face with the keeper. He's
ஏய்
had
வெறு
it.
புண்டையாவறா போங்கடா பாஸ் புண்டை ஒழுங்கா போட மாட்டறானே ஒண்ணும் பண்ண மாட்டறானே
And with that goal comes comfort.
டவுன்லோட் இந்த வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க ப்ரோ
That
பண்றேன்
looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
So the lead now is.
ஏய் பின்னாடி பாஸ் போடுறா முன்னாடி முன்னாடி பாய் அட போடா டேய்
Villa gets David Villa. They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, what has happened here? Otto did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark.
ஒண்ணு அங்க கரெக்ட்டா
Rodri. David Villa. Costa Curta gets a foot in here. He's in a good position here. Can he finish?
ப்ரோ எதுமே பண்ணாமல ப்ரோ
They are well and truly
என்னன்னே
out
தெரியல
of
bro.
sight. And again, they
நானும்
simply do not
நான்
know
இல்ல
what
நான்
to do.
யூடியூப்ல ஓபிஎஸ்
Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head.
அப்படியே
He
தாண்டா
didn't
பால்
even look
போகுது
at the
ஐய்
goalkeeper.
So now the difference is 3.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Gets a good foot in there.
ப்ரோ அவன் பின்னாடி நான் போடவே இல்லை ப்ரோ ஆனா பின்னாடியே போடுறான் ப்ரோ என்னன்னு தெரியல ப்ரோ ஏதோ
Julie!
பின்னாடியே நான் போடல ஜாய்ஸ்டிக்கே அதுவே அனலைஸ் பண்ணி எடுத்துக்குதா இல்ல ஜாய்ஸ்டிக் ட்ரிகர் ஆனால அப்படி இருக்கா நண்பர் பின்னாடி போடாம தானாவே பின்னாடி போயிடுச்சு
And now a sudden chance to counter. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, nicely intercepted. And the pass is intercepted.
இங்க பாருங்க ஒரே பால்ல
David,
போட்டுறான்
big chance! He's scored! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. And that was as close to certain as
என்ன ப்ரோ ஒரே நிமிஷம்
Villa really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
And yes, it's him again. Al Nassr are having a ball here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Bastoni gets over and intercepts.
கரெக்டா அந்த பால் எடுத்துறான் அது பாஸ் போட்டாலும்
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Chouameni.
எப்படி
No, that's been intercepted. Nakata. Bruno Fernandes. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball.
There will be 3 minutes at
It's
a
clear to
time.
see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Costa Curta. Messi in acres of space out wide. He's picked his way through. Can he get away here? No way through, so back it comes. He's in plenty of space here. And the whistle
செகண்ட்
goes
இல்ல இல்ல நான் யூடியூப்ல ஓபிஎஸ் ஸ்ட்ரீம்ல லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீம் தமிழ்
throughout
போடுறேன்
which they have carved through the
இல்ல
opposition.
ப்ரோ ஓபிஎஸ்ல கனெக்ட் பண்ணி நம்மளோட மெயில் கனெக்ட் பண்ணா போதுமா
Big time
கனெக்ட்
here.
ஆயிருமா அவ்வளவுதானே, மத்தபடி வேற எதுவும் இல்லைல்ல. இல்ல எதனாவது கனெக்ட் பண்ணி போடணுமா, அதுக்கு தான் கேட்கறேன் உங்கள்கிட்ட.
That gets things going for the second half.
ஹாலாண்டு எதுக்கு பின்னாடி
Netherlands
வரான்?
now need to set about their task very professionally. If they do, then the chances will come, and from there, the focus will zoom in on their finishing.
And here's Batistuta. Julie Bastoni deals with that comfortably.
அட போடா டேய்.
Batistuta! Messi has found the net here, of course. The Netherlands finding their passes. He has found the way through. And Vardy! And he hits the net. That is lovely. Finished with amazing expertise.
You know, I'm not going to be hard on the goalkeeper.
நான் ஒரே எனக்கு என்னன்னா நான் ஒரே பாஸ்ல போட்றான் bro. எனக்கு இவ்ளோ பாஸ் ஆகுதுடா, ஒரு பாஸ்ல போட்றான்.
They're still trying to make a game of this. That was good alertness. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Al Nassr clearly should have gone for the easier
அங்க பாருங்க ஒரு பாஸ்.
to quickly regroup.
புரியுதா, ஒரு பாஸ் bro. என்ன வந்தனே தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது.
Otto. Bruno Fernandes providing an outlet on that flank.
Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those breaking passes just to spread the play.
ஆளா ஒரு பாஸ்
Batistuta. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Neuer punts it upfield. Bruno Fernandes. More and more pressure on the ball here. That's surely a foul. Free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. Has a look and plays it forward.
Sure.
And the shot! And it's in!
சொல்றேன் ஒண்ணும் பண்ண
It
முடியல.
is no contest. It is
எல்லா பாலும் அவங்கிட்ட தான்.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
இதுக்கு முன்னாடி தான் கேம் எல்லா பாலும் அவன்கிட்டே போகுது bro. எல்லாம் ஒரு பால் கூட ஏன்டா. இமெயில் டன் இமெயில் மட்டும் போட்டா போதுமா? ஒரு நிமிஷம். எங்க லேப்டாப் ஆன் பண்ணிட்டேன். இமெயில் என்ன ப்ரோ, புரியல எனக்கு. இமெயிலையே ஓபிஎஸ் எத்தனை வரும், அவ்வளோதான். வெறும் வரேன். டேய் என்னடா பாஸ்வேர்ட் போட்டிருக்க? ஸ்பெல்லிங் சொல்லு. என்னது VE? ஆ அவ்வளோதானா? பாஸ்வேர்டு எனக்கு இப்போ ஈஸியாக போட்டால் எதை காணோம்? எப்படி ப்ரோ மவுஸ் ஒர்க் ஆக மாட்டேங்குது? ஏன்டா மவுஸ் ஒர்க் ஆக மாட்டேங்குது? ஏன் வரலையே? இதில் பண்ணுவேன். லேப்ல இருக்கும்ல நம்ம. என்ன அது கொடுக்கணும்? FN கீபோர்டா? இன்னும் வரலடா. இந்த ஏன் அதை என்ன பண்ணி வச்சிருக்க? வரமாட்டேன்னுது. சரி சரி ப்ரோ ஒரு நிமிஷம் ப்ரோ. இதே பண்ணுவோம். மேட்சை முடிச்சுட்டு பண்ணுவோமா? இந்த மேட்சை முடிச்சுட்டு பண்ணலாம் ப்ரோ. அதில் என்ன பண்ணலாம்? OCT இருக்கு, சானண்ட்ரிக் தான் இருக்கு. பண்ணுவோமா? கைஸ் பாக்குறீங்களா ப்ரோ? இருக்கீங்களா?
It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour.
பாக்குறவங்க லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, and already we're underway here. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the more productive players around, despite being a defender. When you look at his stats and see his contributions, you can realise how key a player he really is. And I suppose in many ways you can call him the perfect example of the modern fullback.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Chouameni, Nakata, Messi. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Owen! Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Vardy. Oh, easy pickings there. He steps in, and that's the end of that.
Oh, really well played.
He might be in here. Big chance, must be, and the shot.
ஓட்டு விடுவோம் ப்ரோ சும்மா. சும்மா ஒரு எப்படி இருக்குன்னு பார்ப்போம். ஸ்ட்ரீம் என்ன இதில் வருதுன்னு பார்ப்போம். நாளைக்கு தான், நாளைக்கு வரையும் வெயிட் பண்ணுவோம். இந்த மேட்சை முடிச்சுட்டு அதில் கனெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு வரேன்.
Arsenal are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Played through for the wide man. Cafu. Ødegaard. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Messi. And here's Vardy. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Haaland deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Tries a header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Vitinha. Owen.
Arsenal clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming.
Heads it! Oh, the ball's run loose here, and again.
Next highlight free token varum. Diaz வாங்கிக்கோங்க. Diaz ஆமாம் Diaz நல்லா இருங்க. ரஃபேல் வாங்கலாம்னு இருக்கேன். மைக் எப்படி கனெக்ட் பண்றது? மைக்கை இந்த மைக்கு தூக்கி சொல்லிடுவோமா? இல்லை மவுஸ் எனேபிள் பண்ணிட்டு இல்லை நான் அந்த மேட்ச் முடிச்சுட்டு அடுத்த மேட்ச் அடுத்து அதில் என்னென்ன கேம்டா இருக்கு? சானன் ரைஸா? ஏன்னா அப்புறம் சானன் ரைஸ் விளாடுவோமா? சொல்லுங்க சானன் ரைஸ் சொல்லுங்க. வேற என்ன வேற என்ன? ஏய் அவன் மேட்ச் ஆரம்பிச்சிச்சு.
The Netherlands have the chance to go the other way. And it's Vardy. Messi. Messi takes a look up. Done delicately. Oh, has a goal! It's in! Looks offside, I think. Yep, the flag is up.
Yeah, the assistant called it correctly. There's
Love
some
it.
disagreement as usual, but they've got it right.
Disappointment.
நான் அசிஸ்ட் வச்சாலும் நல்லா இருக்கு.
Nothing doing. Stones.
எல்லாம் அண்ணன் அசிஸ்ட் வச்சாதான் பஞ்சாயத்தா.
Cafu. He is through here.
Oh, great feat that.
Now Ødegaard. Just more than 15 minutes till half time. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence though able to hold on this time. Now it's Messi. He's found a way through and Messi!
சூப்பர்ரா.
Scores!
நண்பர்களே வெற்றி நண்பர்களே.
The goal they've been looking for. Even
Victory,
so, the
victory,
opposing
victory.
fans are clapping that. You just have to appreciate it.
Oh, that's a measured delight. The curl he applied
That was
was
another.
immaculate.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Crosses it into the area, and that's been well dealt with. Now it's Messi. Stones tries to clear. Nice sequence of passes this. Now it's Messi. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Coming up to half-time. Oh, terrible pass. Haaland! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter.
Now
That's for
Royce
sure.
It's their second corner of the game. Gets his head to it. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
I think he deserves credit for getting something away, given that he had to contend with a double dose of closing down.
And Vardy! And more!
அடுத்து பார்சலோனா இருக்குமா இதுக்கு?
Incredible spell. They are flying.
Arsenal really...
Oh no, this does not look good. Just the goalkeeper to beat. Real chance!
எனக்கு எடிட் பண்ண பண்ணு.
Hot knife through by
எடிட்டடா டேய்.
They have done it again.
எடிட் பண்ணி தெரியாடா?
That really
Edit.
is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful. wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Kunde. And they're back on the ball again. Ødegaard. Cafu. And he's managed to get free. Oh, that's neat.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Arsenal have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. This possibly the
ரொம்ப நாளா
last
நெதர்லாண்டே
game of
வச்சிருக்கு.
Bruno Fernandes is there and he can get that clear. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Vardy. He's got away. Chance to finish. He's put his foot right through that one.
A message to the wise, it's probably better to try and get him behind that defence than try that over and over.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, what a half. For one, pretty much ideal. For the other...
நண்பர்களே பார்க்குறவங்க லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க. சப்ஸ்கிரைப் நம்ம சேனல் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிருங்க.
Afraid to tell you
The
that we were
Netherlands
expecting
have
traffic
been
to be
more or
heavy
less
after the
perfect,
final
I
whistle
would
today.
say. Their manager's all smiles, and he's got every reason to be.
The Netherlands have been nothing short of awesome in the first 45 minutes. A truly memorable performance on all counts. And it has to be said, this match is well and truly already won. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Messi tries a shot! He's scored! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
They're still trying to make a game of this. Vardy hits one! And
ஏடா
the keeper threw out a limb.
அசிஸ்ட்லாம் பண்ணா
All
அவனே
he is pleased.
அவனே லோ பாஸ் போட்டுறான் ப்ரோ. என்ன பண்ணாலும்
Third corner of the game.
இது என்ன இது புதுசா இருக்கு.
In for a header.
இல்லாமா ப்ரோ இருக்கும் அசிஸ்ட் சூப்பரா இருக்கு ப்ரோ. அவனே ஹைட்டா பாஸ் போட்டான். நான் இதுதான் அழுத்தினேன். பரவாயில்லையே நல்லா இருந்தா அதான் போட்டு பொழக்கிறான் எல்லாம் மாட்டேஜ் ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு.
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, and they're quick to press
அது
here,
சுத்தமா ஆஃப்
right on
பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா?
top of them. Vitinha. Nicely aimed pass. Traumeri.
வாங்கிக்க
Balde getting this one clear.
மாட்டு பாஸ்.
The Netherlands get their fourth corner. Up for a header! And now a sudden chance to counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah,
Climbs up big! He's kept it out just.
oh, I'm not sure what he had in mind, and I don't think he knew either.
நல்லா
They're up to
ஒரு
5
படத்துல சொல்லுவாள்ல
corners now.
ஒரு படத்துல இல்ல வீட்டில் சொல்லுவான் யாருக்கு கல்யாணம் இருக்க அப்படி இருக்குன்னு.
Arsenal are looking
என்
to go
ஹஸ்பண்டோட
forward now.
நைட்டு 12 மணிக்கு சுத்திட்டு இருக்கேன்.
And that could set him on his way. Kunde
நல்லா இருக்கு இது அப்படின்னு அந்த மாதிரி
looking for the run.
மாட்டுக்கு சூப்பரா இருக்கு.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
The
That is
attendance for
good
this match
pressure,
was
just hounded him off it.
71,898.
Ødegaard. Vitinha. Traumeni makes the interception. He's looking to set free a runner. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And here's Messi. Taken back almost at once. Ødegaard. Great ball, and he's in here. Nakata. Couldn't squeeze it through. Alexander-Arnold. Messi. Nakata gets over and intercepts. Haaland does have his name on the score sheet, of course, and he's picked out the run. Stones. Here's Vitinha, and it's Messi. Alexander-Arnold. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Oh, important interception.
Guys, பாக்குறவங்க லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஒரு லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க.
Now it's Messi. Messi.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Messi!
ஆண்டா.
Great football shot and save.
Well, he did get himself into a good position, something for him to cling to.
Mbappe has given away a free kick. Otto hurtling down that right flank. And a header! And another try! He has done it!
நண்பர்களே,
Yet another goal!
நல்லா இருக்கே.
Awesome performance! They are in complete charge!
என்ன பண்ணாலும் ஆஹா, அவன் மேல எல்லா மேட்சும் நம்ம மேல போனோம், அவன் மேல போயிட்டான்.
Listen, he would have been advised
பொழந்து
to
விட்டாச்சு
do
கைஸ்,
that as a kid, and it's
பொழந்து
obviously
விட்டாச்சு போடு. 5 கோல் ஒரு மேட்ச் இப்படி இருந்தா நல்லா இருக்குமே. சரி, அப்ப நாளைக்கு இந்த மேட்ச் பார்த்துட்டே பண்ணுவோமா? நைட்டு இதுல கட்டிடுறேன், இதுல லைவ் போட்டுறேன். என்ன சொல்றீங்க? அவர் சொல்ற என்ன ப்ரோ? சொல்றீங்க சொல்லுங்க கைஸ். வந்து இப்ப வேகமா கரெக்டா 8:45க்கு வரேன். வாங்க 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 வாங்க. எடிட் பண்ணி தெரியாடா? அப்லோட் பண்ணிட்டேன். 22 நிமிஷம் 22 21 பாக்குறேன். கரெக்டா 21 நிமிஷம்டா. 21 நிமிஷம் தான் எடிட் பண்ணும். ஷார்ட்ஸ்ரா. டவுன்லோட் பண்ணுமா இதுல? எங்க இருக்கும்? இல்லைண்ணா. இருபத்தொன்னு 35 21 30. ஏய், 21 30ல இருந்து 22 30 22 20 வரைக்கும்டா. நிமிஷம்டா.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. And he's had it nicked away. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And he's cut it out. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Well, That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pullet defending his corner stubbornly. Messi! Goal! Milan! Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
That was magnificent. The way he cut it so perfectly. I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
The Netherlands are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And it's Messi. Bale. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Bale unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He's going for goal! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
Now it's Vardy. Now it's Bale. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
No, he's just misjudged that one. Lam. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, he's found him and tries a shot! It's a goal!
ஒரு மேட்ச் போட்டாங்கன்னா அடுத்த மேட்ச் வாக் அவுட் பண்ணாங்க.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Nakata. Holland. Nice interception, well timed.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Pull it. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vardy. Milan look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Now it's
நல்ல பிளேயரா வச்சிட்டு
a potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Bale just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Now it's Vardy. Thuram cuts out the pass. And the pass is intercepted. Nakata. And they're quick to press. The message is clear. None shall pass. And it's Bale. Pirlo. No surprise at all that this is the guy who's had such a positive impact.
Well, having that sort of player in your side is reassuring because the rest of the team knows he can make his influence count at any stage. It's simply part of his package. When he really...
There's the hit!
Ah.
No mistake!
Oh, the invitation was received with such a clever run, and he had that defence in utter confusion.
The Netherlands get themselves back into contention.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Tchouaméni. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Haaland.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? That was well played, well stopped.
Nakata. Nakata cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to
There will
shift
be
the
1
target.
minute
He
added
badly needs
time.
some help here.
And here's Vardy. Nakata. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, it has been a very watchable football match that has already provided 3 goals, both teams contributing plenty to it. And in terms of scoreline, it is close to being perfectly balanced. The game living up to billing, and plenty of thrills to keep the crowd warm. We'll be resuming in a quarter of an hour from now with the scoreline 2-1. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, we've had plenty to go at in that first half, Peter, and it's a fragile lead that could quite easily change hands in the second. If you like your football unpredictable, I think you're at the right match.
Substitution for Netherlands. Number 2, Jules Koundé. Number 23, Tromeni. Coming on the field, number 17, Hayden
And the action
Militao.
is back on the way.
Number 24,
Well, I
Kadri.
think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Can he put it away? Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
Eto. Oh, perfectly measured that. Hullet. He rises! Oh, just needed a better
ஏன்டா
contact.
குளிக்கலாம்
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
He's shifting through the gears here. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Cross deflected behind for a corner. And we have our very first corner. Milan are looking to go forward now. It's a good foot in there. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Bale. He might be it. Hits one! The interplay was really good, but that's where it stops.
The 1- and 2-touch football that cut through the middle was a joy to behold. Talent and technique of the highest standard.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Messi. And that is shapes to shoot! In for the pieces! And again! It's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, that's something that'll make the manager proud because they dug in deep then and they've got their leveller.
Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously...
He's got the shot away! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Oh, what has happened here? Pedri. The Netherlands perhaps contemplating their next change here. Otto. Floated through. Well, that is not the best ball. And he offers... And the shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. keeper has taken decisive action. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. That pass has been well intercepted. And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Bale. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bruno Fernandes. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him. Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. No way through.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And that interception
Hey.
was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
And no, that was never going to make it. Bruno Fernandes. Threads one in. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Bale. Just 5 minutes left.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Bale. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Just eases him off the ball.
There will be 1 minute
And
added
the referee's
time.
looking at his watch. We could be done here.
Otto really added the width there, thanks to his willingness.
Big header! So nearly the total turnaround. They simply ran out of time. It has ended all square. A draw and a highly unpredictable one.
இந்த பாயிண்ட் எதுக்கு நான் மைனஸ் எதுக்கு கொடுக்குறாங்கன்னே தெரியாம கொடுக்குறாங்க நண்பர்களே. ஸ்மார்ட் அசிஸ்ட் ஆடணும்னா பயங்கரமா இருக்கு. பாதி கேம் வந்து அவனே விளையாட முடிச்சாரான். இதுதான் நண்பர்களே ஸ்மார்ட் அசிஸ்ட். அன்அசிஸ்டோ கொடுத்து வச்சிருந்தாலும் அன்அசிஸ்டோ கொடுக்கறது கூட பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஆனா வந்து அன்அசிஸ்டோ கொடுத்தா அன்அசிஸ்டோ கொடுத்தாலும் நம்ம வந்து கண்டிப்பாக இது பண்ணுவோம். பெங்களூரே ஆன்லைன் Discard link. Discard link கொடுத்துருங்க அப்படியே ஜாயின் பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. The action has already started. Well timed, excellent interception. That pass has been well intercepted. Great ball if he can get there. Messi going face to face with his great rival. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder, but it often feels like he does the work of two or three. He's got...
Heads it! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Vardy. And he's managed to beat absolutely everyone. Hernandez. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
That has not gone well. Adams spots it and intercepts. Mbappe. Haaland. Musiala. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Gently done. Adams makes the interception. Messi is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Mbappe. Now it's Darwin. Bayern Munich have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And now a sudden chance to counter. It's a mighty effort! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Messi. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, he's looking to get away, but the defending is persistent, adhesive. Nakata. Oh, this is a terrific run. Nakata. Haaland. And a header! And again!
போடுறான்.
Goal, the Netherlands! He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration would be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Referee has just said play on. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. That is good alertness. Messi. Now it's Vardy. Good spot, he's seen the run. Adams. Pass somewhat off target. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Back into the middle. Now it's Vardy. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vardy! Vardy! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Messi goes short. Bayern Munich are looking to go forward now. Mbappe wins the duel this time. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And Vardy! Another save.
குருணவன் நல்லா இருக்கு காடு குருணவ காடு குருணவ காடு யுனைடெட்
Corner number 2 then. And it's been taken short. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Darwin. Nunez. No, again there's no way through. Now it's Vardy. Oh, he's bustling through here. Vardy couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Messi. And it's Vardy. He's played him through. Haaland! And a terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 3 coming up. Can he put it away?
ஐயோ செம்மையா தடுத்தான்டா
Pedri attempts a clearance. Musiala. Alexander-Arnold.
செம்மையா தடுத்தான் ப்ரோ
And that'll be
And
the
the
final action of the first half.
மண்டே
In
காட்டி
the
கொண்டு
first
போய்
half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points,
நல்லா இருந்துச்சு
but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0. Would you review the first half?
Well, I think the scoreline offers a fair reflection of the level of endeavour from both teams. I think they lead because they did most of the probing. A little more penetration, I think, should help them get the job done.
The Netherlands, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And we're already back up and running after half-time. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
That's a shade optimistic. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
That has ended up in no man's land. Nakata looking for the runner. Bruno Fernandes. They've got a corner here. Corner number 4 coming up here. Conte. Bayern Munich have the chance to go the other way. Chouameni Spread neatly. Messi finds himself offside.
guys பாக்குறவங்க லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க.
Bayern Munich are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be
The
the plan.
attendance for this match was
Almost an hour gone.
70,987.
Interesting ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Spread out to the left. Nakata will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Otto could try cutting inside here. And he's had a hit! Good effort first time.
That's unlucky. The idea was really smart for me, and he's had a
go
good
go
goal.
guys பாக்குறவங்க லைக் பண்ணிட்டு என்ன இந்த இதுக்கு முன்னாடியே
So far,
பண்ணுங்க.
Jim?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. The message is to get the job done, and the sooner the better.
Hernandez. Bayern Munich finding their passes. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Good running, strong and purposeful. And the shot!
இல்ல எனக்கு புரியல எதுக்கு நீ
Oh,
வந்து
surely that deserved better.
Haaland deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Kunde kept his eye on it, and he's there. Messi. Now it's Haaland. Oh, this looks sharp. Haaland.
டேய் மனசாட்சி புரிய
And
நடந்துங்கடா.
he can get that clear.
Bayern Munich showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Mbappe. The fullback is in acres of space here.
Well, there's
This
plenty
got a
to
nice throw.
like
Go join
about
பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
That's been cut out, well played. He's in plenty of space here. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Chance for the header! Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Bruno Fernandes!
Wow, nice one.
Oh, that is
Nice.
outstanding! A finish of true class! And surely now the results are beyond doubt. It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Yeah, I just thought that out.
Substitution for Netherlands. Number 9.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Chouameni.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Oh, that's a key interception. Haaland could move up a gear here. Oh, there's a probing ball. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief.
Ah.
The great escape.
Now it's Haaland. Haaland! It's there!
Okay, join பண்ணிடுங்க. Okay.
Late drama, late goal. This will be one frantic ending.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Bayern Munich give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Bruno Fernandes. And
bro,
there
dull-ஆ
goes the
இருக்கு.
final whistle. The Netherlands pulled
டல்லாவா
through.
ப்ரோ? உடம்பு
Sometimes
சரியில்லை,
by
காய்ச்சல்
hook,
ப்ரோ, ஃபீவர்
sometimes
ப்ரோ.
by
அதனால
crook, but that needn't matter. They have
உடம்பு சரியான இல்லாம இருக்குது. அது 22 நிமிஷம்டா. 22 நிமிஷம் 30 செகண்ட். அப்புறமேட்டு 23 நிமிஷம் 20 செகண்ட். அது வரைக்கும் தெரியுதா டல்லா இருக்க மாதிரி? நம்மளால கண்டே பிடிக்கல. யார் கேமர் கண்டே பிடிக்க முடியல. கடமைக்கு வர வேண்டியது லைவுக்கு. என்ன டல்லா இருக்கீங்க, என்ன ப்ரோ ஆச்சு அப்படின்னா கேட்கறதே கிடையாது. அப்பா வெறியா தலை மட்டும் வெறியா அடிச்சு தரத்துங்க. ஆனா தலை மட்டும் தான் சமாளி. எப்படி ஜாயின் பண்ண பேசுறது? நம்ம சேனலுக்கு எப்படி ப்ரோ பேசுறது? நம்மளோட இருக்குங்களா? எப்படி நண்பர்களே? டோன்ட் வரி ப்ரோ, நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் வின் பண்ணிடலாம். அதெல்லாம் பிரச்சனை இல்லை ப்ரோ. இப்போ வித்த இது இப்போ பஞ்சாயத்து பண்ணி விட்டேன். அதனால தான் சர்வர் சென்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன். என்னது எதுக்கு? ஆமா ஆமா, ஏன்? ஆமா, எனக்கு இப்பதான் வந்துச்சு. மெயில் வரும் சொன்னாங்க, நான் கேட்டு வந்தேன். மெயில் இன்னும் வரல, வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் போகணும். அப்புறம் ஆமா சரி, நான் உனக்கு அனுப்பிச்சு விட்றேன். அதை பார்க்க முடிஞ்சா பாருங்க. இதான் அனுப்பிச்சு ஒரு ஐடியா. நான் நம்பர் அனுப்பிச்சு விட்றேன். அதெல்லாம் அவன் பண்ணான்னு தெரியல, நான் தான் பண்ணேன். சரி, அதுல இருந்து 23 20 செகண்ட். ஜெனரல் பிசியா இருக்க போக ஜென்ரலா ஓகே ஜாயின் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க சும்மா ஹாய் ஹாய் என்ன இவ்வளோ ஹாய் போய் அந்த இதில் டெக்ஸ்ட் பண்ணி பாருங்க ப்ரோ அந்த ஜாயின் பண்ணிங்க ஜாயின் பண்ண டெக்ஸ்ட் பண்ணுங்க
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of
text பண்ணுங்க bro
footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. This place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. Well, if you did just miss it, and the shot! Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Peter, it's not often I'll focus on the influence of a goalkeeper, but Vitor Baia is an exception I'm happy to make. Consistently strong and one of Portugal's very best players, never mind just keepers.
Yeah, I very much doubt his nation has ever had anyone better in that position.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
நீங்க தானா அது
Bellingham. That looks a decent ball. Ruben Dias does really well to win the ball there. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Nakata. Vardy. Vardy unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Bellingham. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
ஆமா
He's in here and Vardy!
ஓய் சாமே
Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Vardy! Vardy!
22 நிமிஷம்
And
தான்
he was there to get a
30 செகண்ட்
vital
அதுல இருந்து
touch. Really looked sharp.
23
That's very well played.
20 செகண்ட்
And we have our very first corner. Up he goes!
ஏமா ப்ரோ
Oh, he
பிசியை
couldn't
வச்சிட்டு
get the direction he needed.
அவன் ட்ரீ
No, that was a slick
கொடுத்து
move, and there were
பிசி
several
வச்சிட்டா
options in
என்ன
the box
பிசி
to
வச்சிட்டுனா
pick out.
And he's had it nicked away. Bruno Fernandes wins the duel this time. Haaland. And he's taking
Yeah,
no
that's
chances there. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. And he's picked out the run. Nakata. Always onto this. Now it's Vardy. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Feyenoord trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Bastoni to Bruno Fernandes. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, easy pickings there. Ricky Puig. Oh, that's fabulous.
என்னே
Bastoni.
ஓஹோ மதுரையில் வைக்கலாமா சரி சரி சரி
That has been cut short.
ஜூன் 6 ஓகே ஓகே
Caught offside that
சரி
time.
ஓகே ஜூன் 6னா அடுத்த மாதம் மே ஜூனு ஆமாம் அதான்
That's
6
just
நாள்
playing it
இருக்கா
safe
சரி
and
ஓகே
simple.
Throw in.
சரி ஓகே ஓகே அப்போ பிரச்சனை இல்லை. போயிட்டு வரேன் எக்ஸாம் சரி
Well,
ஓகே
it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. Nakata. Perfectly measured that. Now it's Haaland. Haaland!
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
அப்படியா
Squeeze it through.
சரி போயிருந்தேன்
And it's Vardy.
இல்லை நானும் அதை வச்சு போயிட்டு வந்துருக்கேன்
And the pass is intercepted. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm
Newton-
that
Newton
in terms
was
of
kinda
goals, at
difficult.
least you've missed nothing.
Haaland really
ஆமா,
needed
ஏன்டா அப்படியே
to
பண்ணானேன்னு
concentrate
தெரியல.
on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
ஓபிசிலாம் கொடுக்கல பிசின்னு தான் கொடுத்தேன்
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
அவன் அப்படி தான் போடுவான்
Cross from Cafu.
அவன் பிசின்னு தான் போட்டான் நான்
Bastoni with the clearance. Nakata.
சரி பார்ப்போம்
He's
வருது
played it through. Shade too heavy.
Yeah, attend
He
பண்ணி
can
பார்ப்போம்
pick that up.
கிடைக்குதோ கிடைக்குது
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
வச்சாரு
Cafu. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And he's there to get it
டிஸ்கார்ட்ல
away.
வாய்ஸ் சேனல் விசின்னு இருக்கும் ப்ரோ அதில் ஆட் பண்ணிட்டு கமெண்ட்
This possibly the last play of the half.
ஓகே நான் பார்க்குறேன் இருங்க இந்த மேட்ச் முடிச்சுட்டு பார்ப்போமா
There's the whistle for half time.
இல்லை இப்போ இந்த சேனலில் நீங்கள் மெசேஜ் அனுப்புறது நீங்கள் தானே அப்போ
Should have. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying.
Vantiya.
So nothing to show
Huh?
as yet. On the break, it's 0-0.
Tickets you were given when you were walking through the
Still
gates.
waiting for this to take off. It's goal
அதிலே
at
அப்லோட்
half
பண்ணி
time.
விட்டுருவேன் எங்கே ப்ரோ என் சேனல் ஷானா நீங்கள் தானா ஹாய் அனுப்புறேன் ஹலோ என்னடா எந்த கையில் காசு ஜிபேலையும் தான் இல்லை கையில் ரெண்டுலேயுமே தான் இல்லை சரி ஏண்டா அந்த இது கேட்டேன்ல என்னடா ஆச்சு பிபிஎஃப் ஹலோ ஏன் அந்த பிபிஎஃப் கேட்டேன்ல அது என்னாச்சுடா அரவிந்த் எங்கே கடை வச்சிருக்கான் ஏய் ஃபோன் பண்ண எடுக்கவே மாட்டான்டா அதான் பண்ணு
The Netherlands are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
என்னது புரியல நீ தான் பிஸியாவே
And that can send
இருக்கு
him on his way.
புரியல
Can he finish? What a
என்ன லீவா
Well,
சரி ஓகே
whenever he reminds us of his
சரி ஓகே அப்ப நான் காலைல
skill
எடுத்து
set,
வரேன்
it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable.
சரி
We'll certainly remember that one.
really tidily gathered and ultimately
ப்ரோ நீங்க தான மெசேஜ் ப்ரோ ரவி ப்ரோ இது டிஸ்கார்ட்ல போய் ஜாயின் பண்ணி
Really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
the Netherlands are in front now. The game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the number one contender, and he's done it again.
Ricky Puig. The message is clear. None shall pass. Nakata. Oh, he's found support out wide. Messi. And he gets rid in a hurry. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Messi. He's in a good position. There's the shot!
அவ்வளவுதான் என்ன ப்ரோ பிஸியாவே இருக்கு ஆமா ப்ரோ கால் வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கு ப்ரோ இன்ஸ்டன்ட்
And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Well, it always comes down to the telling
Singing
final
இருக்கான்.
pass, and that was a beauty.
வீட்டில் பண்ணுறானே இல்லை எங்கள் அக்கா பண்ணிட்டு யாராச்சும் ஒருத்தர் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கும். கைஸ் பார்க்குறவங்களாம் லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க கைஸ், அவ்வளோதான். 5 பேர் பார்க்குறீங்க நண்பர்களே, லைக்கை போட்டு அப்படியே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நல்லா இருக்கும். பிக் ஃபேன் நண்பராக இருப்பார் அவர். பின் கமாண்ட் பண்ணியாச்சு தல.
Substitution in progress.
டிஸ்கார்ட் நேம் சொல்லுங்க. மேலே மேலே பண்ணியிருக்கேன் பாருங்க. இன்ஃபன் ஜோன்சன் தான்.
Feyenoord can now introduce the first of their substitutes. The Netherlands are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
To be
பிக்
expected,
சேனல்னு
they've got
உன்னை
to
நம்பி
step it up, something they've been
அதுக்கு நீ
threatening to do
1
and will
மினிட் காலா
continue to do by the looks of it.
இல்லை ப்ரோ ஒரே. ஹலோ
The Netherlands with this 2-goal lead.
Hello?
They're certainly looking much the more assured side.
ஹலோ கேக்குது?
Now it's Haaland.
புரியல. இந்த இரு லைவ் லைவ் லைவ்
Coming.
பண்ணுறீங்க.
That
வந்து
was well played, well stopped.
வந்து பேசுகிறேன், வெயிட் பண்ணு. சரி
Griezmann.
வந்து பேசுகிறேன்.
The Netherlands
ஒரு
have
இன்னும்
hit
ஒரு
a
half an hour.
quick-fire double here and are firmly in the driving seat. 2-0 the score. He's shifting through the gears here.
The
Costa Curta.
attendance for this match was
Nakata.
71,898.
60 minutes played. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Pedri. He's through here.
Okay,
Ayyo,
it didn't quite come
munnadi
off. The execution,
Okay, bro.
I think, needs a retry,
Yeah.
maybe with a better outcome.
ப்ரோ யாராச்சும் பண்ணி இன்னைக்கு தான் ப்ரோ எவ்வளோ பேர் பண்ணுறானுங்க. இல்லை நானும் விட்டாங்க.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
பவுலு
The assistant referee has his
கைஸ்
flag.
நைட்ஸ் ஷார்ட்ஸ் வரும், அதை பார்த்துக்கோங்க. ஆஃப் சைடு எல்லாமே மார்ட் எடிட்டர் ப்ரோ. உங்களுக்கு யாராச்சும் எடிட் பண்ணுது என்ன சொல்லுங்க, பண்ணி விட்டுறலாம். கேமர் ப்ரோ இருக்கீங்களா? கைஸ் பார்க்குறவங்க லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க.
And it's the goalkeepers to claim. Fiddles it through. No luck with that dink over the top. Neymar is herring after that one. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Nakata. Bruno Fernandes. That looks a good ball through. He's picked his way through.
என்ன சொல்லுற ப்ரோ? அப்படி சாப்பிட்டு வரேன் ப்ரோ.
It's their second corner of the game.
என்ன நான் என்ன சொன்னேன்? நான் எதுவும் சொல்லையே.
Defending of the desperate variety. Feyenoord are looking to go
ரொமால
forward now. Gets his pass away. Pedri. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
நான் இன்னைக்கு வந்து காய்ச்சலோட லைவ் பண்ணியிருக்கேன் கைஸ். ப்ளீஸ் என்னால் உடம்பே முடியல. நீத்தனை அம்மா டயர்டு, என்ன பண்ணுறது? ரோல் பிளேயர் உடம்புலாம் இங்கே பாருங்க, இந்த கை காலு மூட்டி எல்லாம் வலி. ஏன்னா வலி. நான் நைட்டு காலைல வேலைக்கு போயிட்டேன். வேலைக்கு போனதுக்கு அப்புறமேட்டு அங்கே போய் காய்ச்சல். நம்ம அங்கே வேலை பார்க்குறோம். அப்படியே ஒரு அட்மிஷனை போட்டு, அட்மிஷன் இல்லை அப்படியே அட்மிட், அப்படியே மேலே படுத்து நான் 2 இன்ஜெக்ஷனை போட்டேன். சரியான டயர்டு நண்பர்கள். பார்க்குறவங்களாம் சேனலுக்கு லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க. ஜெயிச்சிருக்கேன். இன்விடேஷன் டு வெயிட் பேஸ். அது என்ன ப்ரோ பேஸ் 9னா? ஒரு மேட்சோட ஜோன்ஸ் ப்ரோ ஜோன்ஸ் ப்ரோவுக்கு ஒரு அடியை போடு. இது என்ன நல்லா இருக்கே. இது மாதிரிதான் சும்மா உம்பிழுத்துறேன். என்ன இந்த குட்டி பையன் இருப்பான், எங்க அக்கா பையன். என்ன பண்ணுவான், வந்தான்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், ஏய் தாத்தா தாத்தாக்கு போய் ஒரு அடியை போடுறா அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்க, அவன் டம்முன்னு மண்டையில அடிச்சுட்டு வரும். அன்னைக்கு இதுல போட்டிருப்பேன் பாருங்க, லைவ்ல போட்டிருப்பேன், தாத்தாக்கு போய் ஒரு அடியை போடு அப்படின்னா அடியை போட்டுவான் மட்டியிருந்த மண்டையில. பாக்குறவங்க லைக் பண்ணி பாரு. டேக் கேரா. நல்லா இருக்கேன். அந்த பிரெட் வாங்கிட்டு இருக்கலாம் ப்ரோ. அதெல்லாம் ஓகே ப்ரோ, அதெல்லாம் ஒரு பிரச்சனையா இருக்கு. ரவி ப்ரோ தான் ஏன் கேட்குறா? ஏன்னா நீங்க மனுஷனே 5 பேர் பாக்குறீங்க, ஆனா ஒருத்தர் கூட கேட்குறீங்களா? அதான் ஒன்றும் ஆகாது ப்ரோ, நல்லா தான் இருக்கு. அது காலையில ரொம்ப முடியாம போச்சு, இப்போ பரவாயில்ல. ஆனா வலிக்கு இந்த இடம் இதெல்லாம் இருந்தாலும் உங்கள்கிட்ட கம்யூனிகேட் பண்ணா அந்த வழியெல்லாம் போயிடும். என்னதான் இருந்தாலும் நம்ம சப்ஸ்கிரைபர் இல்லை, நீங்க இல்லாம நான் கிடையவே கிடையாது. இருந்தாலும் உங்கள்ட்ட பேசினா சரியா போயிடும் நண்பர்களே. 3 மணி நேரம் 5 நிமிஷம். டேக் கேர். இங்க இந்த ஆள் பாரு இப்ப சொல்றாரு. என்ன தல? ஹலோ, லைவ்ல இருக்கேன் சொல்லு. ஆமா முடிச்சுட்டு பேசுறேன். சரி டேக் கேர். எங்க நான் கேட்டேன் ப்ரோ, கேமர் ஆடியோ ஃபேக் வரல. எங்க ப்ரோ கேட்டிருக்கீங்க ப்ரோ? நீங்க வந்து விசி அதுதான் கேட்டீங்க. இந்த ஆள் போய் சொல்றாருயா. எங்க கேட்டிருக்கீங்க ப்ரோ? உங்களை எங்க கேட்டிருக்காருன்னு தெரியல. அதே ஒரு ரீஸ்டார் ப்ரோ. எங்க ப்ரோ கேட்டிருக்கீங்க? ஆமா ஏன் டல்லா இருக்கேன்னு கேட்டீங்க. ஆமா கரெக்டா அவர் கண்டுபிடிச்சு. ஆனா கேமர் ஆர்டிஎஃப் வந்து மனுஷனே கிடையாது ப்ரோ. எப்போ வந்து நான் வந்து சொன்னேன் இந்த மாதிரி உடம்பு டயர்டா இருக்கு ப்ரோ அப்படின்னு, உங்கள்ட்ட சொன்னேன் அப்பவும், ப்ரோ இந்த மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு ப்ரோ. ஆனா அதையும் இருந்தாலும் கண்டுக்காம அந்த ஆள் பேசிட்டு இருக்காரு. அதே நாள் தான். நோவா ப்ரோ ஏன் வரதில்ல? நோவா ப்ரோ ஸ்பின் பண்ண போறேன்னாரு. அக்கௌண்ட் வாங்கிட்டு சரி நம்ம சேனல்ல ஸ்பின் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா வாய்ஸ் எல்லாம் சரியா கேக்குதா நான் பேசுறது? ஹலோ, கேம் சவுண்ட் கேட்கலையாடா? வாய்ஸ் கேக்குதா இல்லையா நண்பர்களே? கேம் சவுண்டு என்ன? கேம் சவுண்ட் இங்க எதையே காணோம். கேக்குது. இந்த ஆரஞ்சு வந்து அடுத்து சிவப்பா மாறணும். என்ன சொல்றீங்க? அதான் இன்னும் ஒரு 60 பாயிண்ட் பாக்குறவங்களாம் லைக் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்க. ஃபேக் வேர்ல்டு ப்ரோ டிஸ்லைக்கா? விர்டல் பிரெயின் நம்பால் வந்திருக்காரு. எனக்கு சத்தியமா நான் ஞாபகம் இல்லை ப்ரோ, மன்னித்து கொள்ளுங்கள். பாக்குறவங்க லைக் பண்ணுங்க ப்ரோ. பிரெயின் ப்ரோ இருக்காரா என்னன்னு சவுண்ட்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு. ஓகே ஓகே வாய்ஸ் கேம்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஓகே ப்ரோ. ஓகே நன்றி. அது என்ன ப்ரோ? மெட்டானா என்னது? அது என்னது இது? எம்இடிஏ மெட்டான்றாங்களே, அது என்னது ஆக்சுவலா? புதுசா ஏதோ மெட்டான்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. வாட் இஸ் மெட்டா அப்படின்னா என்ன நடக்குதுன்னா என்ன இது? நண்பர்களே, நாளைக்கு நைட்டு லைவ் இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன் நண்பர்களே. கண்டிப்பா வந்துருங்க. நான் ஒரு 2 மணி நேரம் இங்க லைவ் போட்டு இப்போ நாளைக்கு 6 மணிக்கே போட்டுருவோமா? 6 மணி 5:30க்கே போட்டுருவோமா? போட்டுட்டு நைட்டு திரும்பி 12:30 தானே மேட்ச். என் தம்பியோட இதுல இருந்து லேப்ல இருந்து வரேன் லைவ். ஓகேவா?
Well, it is a game which, in the grand scheme of things, may not have too much
Huh?
riding on it, but it is
நாளைக்கு
equally
நைட்டா?
clear and very visible that there is much pride
நாளைக்கு நைட்டு
around.
12:30க்கு மேட்ச் இருக்கு.
Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. And already we're underway here. Little pass back. Neymar in acres of space out wide. Up he goes! And again! Oh, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Owen did give it a fair old crack, and he'll be encouraged to step up again.
And the pass is
ஐயோ
intercepted.
தம பாக்கு.
Out to the left it goes. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now the finish! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
எல்லாம் 3 மேட்ச் ஜெயிக்க விட்டாங்க
He
அப்புறம்
must be
மாத்தி.
thinking what he has to do to score there. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and
There's the header.
அடா இந்த சைடு பால போட்டா நினைக்கிறேன்.
a more than decent attempt, Peter.
Oh no, this does not look good. It's over the line, and that'll be a goal kick. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Tony Adams. Now there is a proper defender, Jim.
Well, not too many Englishmen can rival
இவன் இங்க இருக்கா, நான் கரெக்டா இங்க
qualities,
பார்க்க
Peter.
Just had so many strengths. You could go on all day about him, couldn't you?
Well, the epitome of solidity, thanks to his
போடா
winning
ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க.
mentality
சுட்டு
and
குண்டே
ability
எல்லாவட்டையும்
to organise a back four.
மேட்ச் நான்
You don't
ஜெயிக்கலாம்
argue with
செட்டிங்கடா நான்.
Tony Adams. You do what you're told.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's well done. Really robust. Havertz. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in
ஐயோ
the phase of
பின்னாடி போடா
testing the
வார்டி.
waters and sizing each other up.
And reclaimed it in a trice. And it's Vardy. Haaland.
Ah.
Havertz, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. Neymar goes on a charge down the left. Davis with the cross.
ஏன் இந்த இடத்துல கரெக்டா நம்ம கேப் கொடுக்குது?
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that's beautiful.
மெட்டானா லைவா பார்த்து சீட் பண்ணா.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Otto cuts it out. Owen. The Netherlands yet to have an attempt on goal. Davids. Havertz. Pedri. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So
ப்ரோ
good.
ஏன்
from
ப்ரோ இது?
Neymar. And he's in on goal. He's had a shot. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Partey. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Now it's Vardy.
Whatever happens, That's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Vardy. There's the shot. Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
ஏய்
Otto gets flagged offside.
புர்னோ ஏன்டா ஓ சலீபாக்கு
Well, the referee's
Manja
pulled
card.
the way back and has booked him for the original
பாஸ்ல
offence.
மெட்டானா லைவ்ல பார்த்து சீட் பண்ணி
Saliba
ப்ளே
has
பண்ணுறது
got the wrong side of the
அப்படியா?
referee and got himself a yellow card.
அதான் எல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு மெட்டான் எனக்கு புரியவே இல்லை மெட்டான்
And it's Messi. Well read, nice interception.
அதெல்லாம் டிஃபெண்ட் பண்ணுறான்
Costa Curta. Neymar.
Fuck.
Nakata. And that's been intercepted.
தேவையில்லாத
Read
வேலை
that really well and stopped it.
Now Costa Curta. Vardy is onto it in a flash. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Bruno Fernandes. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0.
Yeah.
Partey.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well read, and the danger is averted. Pedri. Nakata. And it's Vardy. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Davids. Oh, easy pickings there. And that's been intercepted.
ஏய்
That was
நல்லா
well played, well stopped.
என்ன ப்ரோ
Brings the first half to a close.
ஏன் ப்ரோ நேம பக்கத்துல
Truth be told, perhaps it's
Spanner.
not a game that
Spanner
many
ஆ?
anticipated, but there
எதுனா
is
எதுக்கு
lots to
பக்கத்துல
be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over. But it
டிஸ்கார்ட்ல
remains
சொல்றீங்களா
close.
ஸ்பேனர் எங்க எதுவும் இல்லையே
Closing half, but we're still where we started. 0-0.
to the information center.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes. Both sides defensively robust up to now. And here's Owen.
That's good defensive concentration.
நீங்க தான் மோடு குத்திருக்கீங்க நீங்க மோடா
It's their second
நான்
goal.
எல்லாம் ஏன் ப்ரோ நீங்க அதெல்லாம் கிடையாது புரியல ஆ
And now they can spring out of defence. Messi. And no, that was never going to make it.
That will annoy the manager.
இதுதான்டா எனக்கு பிடிக்கவே பிடிக்க மாட்டேங்குது கருமம்
Havertz. Oh, that's fabulous.
Arsenal making a fresh attempt to release someone in behind from back to front, and this is something different.
That has been cut short.
Look, it's a run defence is dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
Costa Curta did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he's managed to get free. Partey is sporting a guilty look after that.
The movement was good, but the pass cause of mild frustration.
Neymar. Now it's Neymar. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
சூப்பரா புர்னோ
Brilliantly defended, though. It
ஏய்
was destined for-
ஒக்கால ஓடி
And still, we await the first breakthrough. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's a fine interception. Davids. And it's Nakata. Oh, delightful ball. It's skewed away. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. He's found a way through. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it.
ஒரு மேட்ச் கூட ஜெயிக்க விட மாட்டாங்க.
Good play on the left-hand side here. He is through here. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Owen. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Just about up to 75 minutes. He's got plenty of space out wide here.
வெறுக்கால ஓலி எப்பறா.
That could turn out to be a huge goal.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience. The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that.
Bro, நீ மாஸ் பண்ணி. Bro, எம்ஐ மாஸ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க bro. அப்படியா? நான் இதே பாக்குறது இல்லையே bro. GS இந்த மேட்சே பாக்குறேன்.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
சீரியஸாடா? சீரியஸா எப்பறா என்ன புடிக்குற? போய் ஒரு கட்டு புண்டா.
Whether they can keep it up. This may take a toll now.
நாலு பா.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Vardy. Now it's De Bruyne. And De Bruyne! Davids gets it away.
The Netherlands really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
That is a brilliant interception. And it's De Bruyne.
Bro, kadu punda bro.
If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every
Bro,
situation.
enna bro even.
De Bruyne. Pedri. Now then, the ball's come loose. To Bruno Fernandes. Costa Curta. And here's Haaland. That's a lovely, neat pass.
The Netherlands need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
There will be 1 minute
Otto.
added time.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Sai
And that is as far
veru
as it
punda
goes.
irukkaru.
Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested
Security staff
interest.
for each block, please report to the
Your
staff
reflections then, Jim.
immediately.
I suppose they might admit to not having the best 90 minutes of possession with the ball, but they were
அதான் ஒரு
happy
மேட்ச் ஸ்கிரிப்டா
continuing.
போட்டுருவானுங்க. போடாம இருக்கவே மாட்டானுங்க. இருந்தாதான் பஞ்சாயத்து. பாரு 26 பாயிண்ட் அப்படியே குறையுது ப்ரோ. அது என்ன ப்ரோ பேஸ் 9 பேசுனா. சரி கைஸ், அப்படியே நான் ஸ்ட்ரீமை முடிச்சுட்டு நாளைக்கு மீண்டும் சந்திப்போம் நண்பர்களே. சரி, அப்படியே ஸ்ட்ரீம் எண்ட் பண்றேன்.